Hi, my name is Marc Atas. I'm from the law office of Marc Atas and Associates. My phone number is 410-752-4878. I'm located in Baltimore, Maryland. The purpose of today's video is to explain the answer to the question the clients often ask, which is, how long do I have in order to file a claim in an auto accident or personal injury case? That is a multifaceted question. I'm going to answer it in a bunch of different ways. The first question is, or the first point that I want to make is that it's very important that you were in an accident, that you contact an attorney immediately. And the reason for that is there's a lot of things that need to be preserved, information that needs to be gathered, witnesses need to be contacted, addresses need to be confirmed. Police reports need to be obtained, and all of that needs to be done quickly because as time goes by, it'll be harder to find those. One of the issues with witnesses is, as time passes, they're harder to find, whereas the address you may have had in the beginning may be good. At some point, that address may be stale. Same thing with defendants. If you wait and try and handle the case yourself, and 6 months goes by and you can't settle it yourself, and then you get a lawyer, and all you have is the old address of the defendant, he's now moved, then it can be hard to locate these people. So the sooner that we locate them and then keep an eye on them, the less difficulty we're going to have finding them later if for some reason we have to file suit against these people. Secondly, it's important as far as getting medical treatment right away. It's not sufficient that you're injured and you just tell the insurance company something hurts or that you broke this and that and you receive no medical treatment, because you're not going to receive anything for that. They'll give you a couple $100 or whatever, but without documentation of your injuries, they're not going to pay you the true value of your case. So it's very important, even though the law doesn't specifically require it, but it's important that you get medical treatment right away, that the doctor know what your injuries are in the beginning, you relate them to the accident, because if you wait till later, it's going to be a lot harder for the doctor to say whatever problems you're having are related to the accident that you had 6 months ago. So I don't want you to be the client who is in an accident, is hurting, dickers around with the insurance company, figures out a month later they're not going to pay for the damage to the car, and then calls the office and says, "No, by the way, I was injured, but I haven't had any treatment," because more often than not, I'm going to tell you I can't help you because you waited too long. Even though there's no ironclad rule that says that, most lawyers have that rule of their own because it just affects the value of the case. The insurance company's not going to accept your claim, and a judge or jury may not believe you were injured if you had no treatment in the beginning. The third limitation involves a PIP claim. All PIP claims in Maryland, which is a personal injury protection claim, which pays medical expenses and lost wages at least up to $2,500. Those are claims that are made under your own policy. Those claims have to be filed within 1 year. They have to be in writing. They have to be on a PIP form. In addition, the medical reports have to be submitted in a timely manner after that. The next time period involves, depending on who the defendant is, if it's a local government like Baltimore City, they have to be notified in writing with certain specific information within 6 months. If they don't receive that notification in the proper form, then the fact that you filed suit a year later is going to do you no good because you haven't followed the procedures required by the Maryland statute. If you're involved in an accident with a Maryland state government employee, those require notice to be given to the state of Maryland, and I believe it's within 1 year. And those have to be in writing. So you can't just wait, even though technically you have 3 years to file suit against someone. For local government and state government and federal government, even under the Federal Tort Claims Act, you have a certain period of time to notify the federal government. If you don't do that and don't notify the correct parties, your claim will be barred. Then there's the general statute of limitations, which is in a car accident case or a personal injury claim, if you can't settle the case, suit has to be filed within 3 years of the date of the accident. If suit is not filed within that period, then your claim will be barred. If you happen to be on the job at the time and have filed a workers' comp claim, sometimes you can buy an extra 60 days added to the 3 years, so it's 3 years and 60 days. If you have that situation and are running into a problem that you filed after the 3 years and want to know whether you can extend it, you can always contact my office to discuss that matter. If you're making an uninsured motorist claim, those claims usually have to be filed within 3 years of when the insurance company denied your uninsured motorist claim. So it may not be 3 years after the date of the accident, because you may not have presented a claim to them in that short a period of time. Or if it's an underinsured motorist claim where you're making a claim for the balance of your insurance, which is over the amount of insurance that the person who caused the accident had on their policy, those have to be filed within 3 years after the insurance company, your own insurance company, has refused to pay an additional amount under your uninsured motorist claim. So there's many different time limits that apply. It can get extremely complicated, and for those reasons, when you're in an accident, you should get a lawyer right away because you don't want your time limits to run. Again, my name is Marc Atas. I'm from the law office of Marc Atas and Associates. My phone number is 410-752-4878, and we're located in Baltimore, Maryland.